Okay, dokie. Alrighty.
Here we go. 1-800-223.
9797 hot 97. Call the number.
Talk it up. Here
Talk
we go.
it up.
Talk it up.
Thursday night football. Hey, did you get a L in week 1? That's okay. It's not week 1 anymore. It's week 2. Right? We're in week 2 now. It's a new week, a new chance, new atmosphere, a new horizon. All right?
A new light, a new day.
Amen. The McRib is back. Anyway, it's going to be a good week. Okay? It's going to be a good week. If you lost, don't worry. Another week is ahead. We're going to be answering your week 2 start sit questions. You guys, most of you know how this works by now. Go ahead and drop a question in the chat. If you do want to answer it straight away, drop a super chat and we'll prioritize. We'll get to it straight away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Subscribe if you haven't subscribed. Go ahead and smash that like button as you join the stream. Help the channel grow. We will start at the top here. Josh says, so start 2 of Javonte Williams, Madison Addison, Elijah Moore. One is RB2, another is flex. All right, let's start with RB2. I probably would go Javonte Williams this week. Love Madison season long, but don't love the matchup versus the Eagles tonight. That front looks ridiculous. And then as far as the flex, I guess the question for me is Addison or Madison. I'm not doing Elijah Moore, and that's not to say that like I don't believe Elijah Moore will recover, that he'll be better. I just think like to me the question is Addison or Madison. Addison tonight is my wide receiver 29 on the week. And Madison is my wide receiver, is my running back 22. I guess in this scenario, I have to go Madison just because I feel like he will have more opportunities to touch the ball. Although I am starting Jordan Addison in 3 leagues tonight. And so, yeah, it's a big night for me with Jordan Addison. We'll see if it pans out.
Yeah, for me, I'm going Javonte Williams there. I'm going Addison and Elijah Moore. Addison, one of my sits of this week.
You have to choose one. Sorry, so it's Javonte Williams, and then you have to choose one of Addison, Madison, Elijah Moore.
Addison, Madison, Elijah Moore. Okay, it's really close between Addison and Elijah Moore. I'm still going to go with my guy, Elijah Moore. Okay. Coming in another tough matchup here for both of these guys, for Madison and Addison. So I'll go with Elijah Moore.
All right, next question is from Tim. Tim says, team is decimated by injuries. Start 2 out of these guys. Treylon Burks, Zach Moss, Kyren Williams, Hollywood Brown, Allen Robinson. So my 2 would be Treylon Burks. And honestly, I know it sounds crazy. I think I would go Zach Moss. I fully anticipate Zach Moss being the starting running back for this team in week 2. He's healthy. He's full go. They said he would be the number 1. And they play the Houston Texans. Every team last year dominated this team on the ground. In week 1, Justice Hill had 2 touchdowns on the ground. So for me, the answer would be Treylon Burks and Zach Moss. And I'll just say Treylon looks very exciting because I'm not sure that DeAndre Hopkins is going to play this week anymore. And that's a very good matchup.
No, I completely agree. I mean, both of these guys have great matchup. The Chargers gave up the most fantasy points to the wide receiver position, and the Texans gave up the 5th most fantasy points to the running back position. So there you go. I think that's the answer when you come into this week, Tim. You got to go with the upside and how many points these guys can give. Next question: do I start AJ Dillon or Swift? I think if Aaron Jones doesn't play, I'd rather go AJ Dillon.
Yeah, same. And we don't know what would happen, but I'd be willing to wait on Dillon personally.
Yeah, I'd rather wait on Dillon as well. Swift, I need to wait and see what that looks like. But as much as I think Dillon could be a trap this week. I still rather go with AJ Dillon. Hellspawn, yo, hope all is well. Had a quick one for y'all. Titan Higbee or Hurst this week. I think we will both easily say Higbee. I could also pick up Musgrave if that is even better option. What I would say is that I'm starting Higbee, but I'm also going to be picking up Luke Musgrave and dropping Hayden Hurst personally.
I don't think you should drop Hurst, to be honest, because he looked like the most reliable option in that offense last week for Bryce Young. If I'm not mistaken, Hayden Hurst was a top 10 tight end in week 1. You know, got the 3-year contract.
He did. He got a lot of targets as well.
You know,
got 7 targets, if I'm not mistaken. So
I don't want to overreact to that, but here's the deal. All 3. Here's what you and I can agree on. All 3 of these tight ends will be boom bust every single week. None of them are going to fix your problems. To me, Hayden Hurst last week, 7 targets, caught a touchdown, 15 points. That obviously looks worse if you don't catch a touchdown. But yeah, I would be starting Higbee. But Hurst, I would want to roster right now if my tight end position is shaky, just because I like what I saw in week 1.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, should I trade Swift and Dillon? Swift or Dillon? So Swift or Dillon and Watson for Addison and Flowers. I would trade. I would do that. I would rather have.
Is that
Addison
Christian
and
Watson?
I'm assuming it is Christian. Ooh, maybe it is Christian Watson. So if I have to send away Swift and or Dillon,
To
and
be
Watson,
honest, even if it's Christian Watson, I'll take the Addison and Flowers side myself.
I think
Jordan Addison, my guy this year. I think we're
Flowers
only
is
seeing the
taking up right
beginning.
now. Yeah, and Zay Flowers is looking really nice coming in. I think that's going to continue with or without Mark Andrews. So
Yeah.
can't wait to see Mark Andrews on the field and then really get that solidified with Zay Flowers. Kevin, start 1 full PPR. Hollywood, Addison, London. I think we will both say Addison there. Well, I think London, I'm giving him grace again. That's kind of one thing I've been preaching. I think if I'm going with Drake London, I'm going to go with Drake London just purely because of the opportunities I am going to be seeing him getting. But I think Addison has a higher upside where London has a much riskier floor.
Yeah.
But I'm believing in London.
One of my sits of the week this week is Drake London. There are 35 to 40 wide receivers I'd rather start over him. Addison's definitely one of them. You know, Jari Alexander, 1 target. It's I could be wrong, but yeah, that's enough for me to say, yeah, no, I'm not starting Drake London if I can help it.
Yeah, I get you. And it says 1 running back, Deion Jackson, Tajay, Tanks. If I had to go with the opportunity, I'm probably going Tajay there.
Yeah, Tajay had the most snaps. He had more snaps than Derrick Henry in week 1. Yeah, that's a close one. I'll go Tajay too.
I think I'm going Tajay, but don't necessarily love it personally. Next question here: would you trade away Tua Rashid, Hurst for Deshaun Watson, DJ Moore, and Zach Charbonnet? So Tua, I would be doing that if you have a good tight end. I think it's a even trade at the quarterback position, but you tear up in DJ Moore, and I know Zach Charbonnet at the moment doesn't feel like anything, but in the second half of the season, maybe he is. Mahomes and Waller are currently starters, and Cole Kmet is backup. So I'm assuming
I'm fine with this move.
Hopefully that's a two quarterback league.
I like the buy low on DJ. He's going to be better, we believe, and Charbonnet is still fun if Ken Walker gets an injury.
Yeah,
Start 2 full PPR, Jason, Dotson, London. This would be Jason and Dotson for me. Like I said, I just can't start London. Maybe I'll be wrong, but I think there's too many signs to say no.
Once again, guys, I am going to be giving London grace. Maybe that is the wrong move, to be honest, and we won't be able to tell you until next week, until after week 2. But I'm going Dotson, London there, and then Daniel Macy says Addison or London. I think we'll both be split there. I'll go London as well. Tim
Christian Kirk or Addison? I'll go Addison.
Yeah, I'll go Addison there as well.
What's up, Ronnie? Welcome in. Hey guys, thanks for joining us. Go ahead and smash that like button. Just a simple way for you to support what we do. Super chats do get answered straight away, so keep that in mind. We do have our first super chat of the stream from Singh. He says, start Daniel Jones or Brock Purdy. Confused right now. Okay, so Daniel Jones will have much better weeks than what we saw in week 1. The weather was involved. They were down early. They were down often, never able to get into their game plan. And that defense is absolutely ridiculous. You now have Daniel Jones versus the Arizona Cardinals. Maybe the best matchup he'll have the entire year. Remember, Sam Howell last week, if I'm not mistaken, was a top 10 quarterback. Top 10 quarterback against that defense as well. So I'm going to go Daniel Jones here. But Brock Purdy is one of those guys that I've been telling people to trade for a ton on our Dynasty channel, and he looks super safe this year.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, Daniel Jones has the rushing upside, but Brock Purdy, surprisingly, the Rams, really came out and played for the Seattle Seahawks. I don't think there's a wrong answer here, but I think if you want the higher upside, with the rushing opportunity, maybe that's Daniel Jones, and the safer floor could be Brock Purdy.
Yeah, I think this is the week, the coming out party for Darren Waller, and the new offense. I think they'll get back
Here
on
we go.
track.
Talk it up. We're coming back on track. We're coming back. 40, that's not us. Here we go. Unbelievable.
Pick 2, Addison, London, Pickens, Elijah. This one for me, I believe, would be Addison and Pickens. So yeah, again, like just I'm not starting. I'm not starting Drake London in almost all scenarios unless you're in a very large league.
In this one, it will be Pickens and Elijah Moore for me.
Okay.
So hopefully that helps Byron. Leo said pick 2, T-Law, Anthony Richardson, Deshaun Watson. I mean, I would say for me, I'm starting Trevor Lawrence.
Wait, you skipped over Harsik's question. It was start Swift, Puka, or
All
Jamal Williams at the flex.
So sorry.
And that would be for me between Jamal Williams and Puka. Jamal Williams is one of my starts of the week after being a sit of the week last week.
That's one of the great matchups this week as well.
Incredible matchup.
Monday Night Football, against the Carolina Panthers.
Or do we ride with Puka off that high? Here's what I'll say: if the person you are facing this week, if you're looking at their roster and you're saying, "Damn, I need to hit, like I need some huge upside," I'd go ahead and play Puka and just kind of ride the wave. However, if you're looking at their team and you're saying, okay, they got a couple injuries, they got a couple people on IR, I just can't mess this up, I would go Jamal Williams. That's how I would personally play it.
Yeah, I completely agree there. Gosh, a lot of questions coming in, guys. We're going to be live up until the game starts, and then we are going to be calling it. So get your super chats in if you want your answers prioritized. If not, we're going to be going until, once again, kickoff happens. All right, back to the Leo's question. Pick 2, T-Law, Anthony Richardson, Deshaun Watson, Tua. I mean, all these guys feel like they need to be started here. I'm going Trevor Lawrence and Deshaun Watson, but Tua is very close.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious what league you're in, because you're starting 2 quarterbacks, but you have 4 guys that we would say start every week in a 2-quarterback league. Trevor Lawrence versus Kansas City, got to start him. And I think I would go Trevor Lawrence and Anthony Richardson this week. Anthony Richardson versus Houston. What's up, Bike? What's up? If Hopkins can't go, who do I start my flex? Got James Conner, Gabe Davis, Michael Thomas, Puka, Joshua Kelly. Also, would you accept this trade? Let's start with the first one then. James Conner, Gabe Davis, Michael Thomas, Puka, or Joshua Kelly.
I think this is a better question to be answered on Saturday night, because if Austin Eckler doesn't play, I think I'd be riding with Joshua Kelly there.
I think that makes sense. Yeah.
But I mean, at the very moment, if Austin Eckler does play, I feel like you ride the hot hand potentially with Puka.
Yeah.
Like there's so many different options here, right? But I think we would have a better answer on Saturday night, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we're going live as well there, Bike.
Yeah, I agree. I agree with what you said there. All right, 60 people watching the stream. Go ahead and smash that like button for us, guys. Just an easy way to support what we're doing. We're helping you set your lineups. Why don't you help the channel grow in return by hitting the like button? Such an easy way to support what we do. Super chats will be answered straight away, and that's what Paul has done here. Thank you for the donation, Paul. Says, would you trade Amari Cooper and Cam Akers for T. Higgins? Akers is my RB4. Amari Cooper and Cam Akers for T. Higgins. Here's what I'll say. I would view Amari Cooper and T. Higgins in very similar light rest of season as far as their value. I do have T. Higgins. I do have T. Higgins ahead of Amari Cooper in my rest of season rankings. However, I just don't think that that's like enough of an upgrade for me to lose Cam Akers, and it's I'm anti Cam Akers. Don't like the guy. Haven't liked him for multiple years. I know Badaki, you're higher on him, but even I myself can sit there and realize like not big enough of an upgrade. Like let me just give a couple names as examples. Take Cam Akers out, right? If that's Amari Cooper, take T. Higgins out. Sorry. Let's say instead of T. Higgins, that's a Keenan Allen, a Jalen Waddle, a CeeDee Lamb, an Olave, Devonta Smith. Then yeah, I'd make that trade. But I see those two in a very similar light.
Yeah, I would agree there. As much as
you're not going to believe the report I just saw.
What?
Puka Nacua does not practice Thursday.
I mean, that's not funny, but that's terrible. I mean,
Oh
that
my
could be anything.
god.
That could be anything. That could be anything. That could be like a family emergency. He didn't practice. We can get another report. Like, don't panic just yet. But doesn't sound good.
Oh my god.
We need more information on that.
It says oblique. He did not practice with an oblique injury. So we're gonna have to wait and find out what that actually means. But that's not good for anyone who just spent, let's say, over 50% of their fab on the guy. Let's hope he still more days. Let's hope he practices. But anyway, I hope that helps, Paul. I hope that makes sense. All right, another super chat here from Styles. He says, "What's up, guys? Akers, Herbert, Kyron, or Gus in a half PPR? For me, this would be Khalil Herbert."
Yeah, Khalil Herbert, very close. I think it's close with Gus the Bus as well, though. But give me Khalil Herbert. There.
I didn't hear what you said because the donation in my ear, the sound. What did you say?
No, I agreed with you, Khalil Herbert. So yeah, I completely agree. We also got another super chat, Double L.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
You forgot to attach the question, but the question is here.
I can see it at the bottom.
Flex
Says
Addison
Flex
or Swifty?
Addison.
I'm going Addison.
Addison for
Yes.
sure.
Now, here's what I'll say. If you got the cojones to go out there and start DeAndre Swift, all the power to you. Okay? All the power to you. He should be the guy.
Literally,
but
I
can't trust anything that this Eagles backfield is doing.
Was it last year when everyone was saying this is a great start for Miles Sanders, and then Boston Scott got 2 touchdowns?
I think so.
Everyone besides Miles Sanders got a touchdown in this game.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. I don't remember.
It was Kenneth Gainwell, Boston Scott, Jalen Hurts, and it wasn't Miles Sanders. Maybe Boston Scott's the one we should put our money on this week in this game.
He'd be in DFS lineups. He'd be fun.
Yeah.
Jacob with a little insight here. He says Puka got hurt during the game, but finished it out and fought through the game. And he and McVay said afterwards that he's dealing with it, but it's not a big deal. So probably a rest day. That's good. Yes, this is also a good reminder. Do not put anyone in your Thursday night lineups in your flex. Put them in your starting lineup. That gives you flexibility for the rest of the week. Okay, thank you guys for the super chat. 70 plus people watching. Go ahead and drop that like button. Easy way to show some support. As Macy says as well, drop a super chat if you want to answer it straight away. Next question in order, though, is from Akshay. Says, I am planning on starting Addison due to Hopkins missing practice. Is it okay to start Addison in flex? I would not start Addison in the flex. I would start him in your wide receiver position. But he says, in flex over DeAndre Hopkins, Pickens, Algier, and JSN. All right, if you have the options like Algier, I think I would lean towards Algier this week after what we saw last week. Algier is a sell high for me. I brought that video this week, but I still think you can start him this week. He gives me a little more confidence than starting an Addison.
Yeah, I completely agree. I would just second that.
Yeah, or if you want to have fun, put Addison out there, and you know, you get to watch the game with either, you know, excitement or depression. You know, we'll find out. Start Swift, Puka, or Jamal Williams. This would be, you know, we answered a similar question. I think we already answered this. We did.
Yeah, we did.
Dotson or Addison? Addison for me.
Yeah, I'm going Dotson here. Tough matchup, but still going Dotson.
You think Eckler misses? If you think that right now, start Madison or wait, right? I would say ideally you have Joshua Kelly on your bench and you can wait, but
yeah, I think it depends on who you have that's available. If you have another running back on Sunday night that you feel confident in, I would personally wait. But if not, then you might have to go with Madison.
Yeah,
so hopefully
and I think it's important to say we're not doctors. We have no idea if Eckler's going to play. Right now, he hasn't practiced the entire week, so it doesn't look good. But we can't really say for sure on that.
Not a doctor. Lockett
or Bourne.
Lockett, I'm assuming, or Debo. I'm going Debo there, but it's very close. Kyle says happy PR, Jahan or Monty. I think Monty is a great option this week. So I'm going there. Robert, full flex, more Addison, Kelly, Cook. Another question I think it's really going to be a great answer on Saturday if Austin Eckler doesn't play. Because I think I would start Joshua Kelly over Elijah Moore as much as I love Elijah Moore. But at this moment, if Austin Eckler does play, I'm going Elijah Moore.
Yes. My dog is crying, so give me a second. Go ahead and answer these questions.
Do you think start Zach Moss or Antonio Gibson? Macy said, I think we both say Zach Moss after what Zach was talking about playing the Houston Texans, who just gave up a lot of points to the running back position. Addison Griffin said, with Gainwell out, do I start Swift over Ramondre Stevenson or Gibbs? If not, what about Swift over Olave? We're not starting Swift. We would recommend that you start Ramondre and Gibbs and then Olave at the flex or however way you want to set that up. Don't start DeAndre Swift this week. We have to wait and see approach there, Addison. Ronnie, pick one wide receiver, one running back, one flex. Okay. Madison Pacheco, Michael Thomas, standard 12-man. I'm going Madison, Thomas, Addison. That's where I'm going. I think Zach would also agree.
Yeah. Addison or Swifty, I'm going Addison. Like I said, if you have the cojones to start Swift, like if he is the guy, he'll be the better start. We just don't know that. Pat the Dragon or Laporta, I'll go Pat.
Patty.
Addison and Puka for an RB1 if they both produce this week. Absolutely an option. For sure an option. Addison, although I will say Addison is not a guy I want to trade away. I don't think this is like Addison had a good week 1 and now he's done. I'm not saying he'll be consistent just yet, but Addison is someone that I absolutely want on my rosters in the fantasy playoffs. I think he'll be a league winner this year, similar to what you got with like Olave and Wilson last year. Garrett Wilson, Kyron Williams, Mostert, or Swift at flex. This would be Garrett Wilson for me. Don't overthink it.
Yeah, I'm going Garrett Wilson as well.
Madison or Swift. Like,
we don't know the answer.
If Swift gets 50% of the opportunities in the backfield, he'll have the better night because he's on the better offense. But we don't know if that's going to be the case. Like, there's a chance that this team comes out and Rashad Penny and Boston Scott dominate touches. We have no idea. And if anyone knows how it's going to go out tonight, they should also buy a lottery ticket because they're a genius. Do I start Jamal Williams, Javonte Williams, or DeAndre Swift? This would be between Javonte and Jamal. And I would go Jamal this week.
I will go Jamal as well. I think such a good matchup. I think I have to start him. Thanks to Pound. Appreciate you. Keep grinding. Keep doing your thing.
Yes.
My lead mate dropped Cup because he's in an IR. I picked him up with a second. After he did that, now my wide receiver. I mean, that's amazing. That's an amazing element.
That, like, just the fact that happened, that tells me we're necessary in this space. Two idiots like you and I, we are necessary in this space to help people learn how to play fantasy football. Who's dropping Cooper Kupp? Ulysses. Okay, that's a badass name.
Ulysses, Leo, appreciate you.
Start Swift or wait for Kelly/Eckler if Eckler's out. I would wait for Eckler for Kelly or Herbert.
Damn it, Frank.
See, no, this is an overreaction. I would not drop London for Bourne, even though I'm off Drake London.
Yeah, I would say I think Kendrick Bourne should be picked up off of waiver wires if he's still available. I think it's somebody to stash to see if he continues. So that's what I would say. Start Zay or MT. I think we both say Zay.
Yes, but MT is one of my starts of the week, so it's a good matchup.
Yeah. Puka, Jason, Addison. I mean, at the moment, it looks like we would say Puka.
Yes.
I think I would say, but we have to wait and see, which sucks because you either have to start Addison now, and if Puka does miss out, you might have to start JSN.
Gotta go with your gut on that one. Start team leading wide receiver Rondell Moore or team leading wide receiver Calvin Austin. I think I'd rather start Calvin Austin, to be honest.
Calvin Austin, yeah, I would agree there. I think that offense is going to be a little bit better than the Cardinals. Drop London for Zay. No, damn it, Frank.
No, but Zay Jones should be rostered too. Unless you're in like an 8 or 10-man league. Hey, 75 people watching. Just want to make sure we're all on the same page, okay? We will be streaming until the game starts. When the game starts, we're gone. We're watching the game offline. If you want your question answered, drop a super chat. Otherwise, we'll go in order. And please, do us a favor. Go ahead and absolutely obliterate that like button. Just an easy way to support the channel. As we're supporting you and your team, you support the channel. And go ahead and subscribe if you want to be a part of streams in the future, because we go live almost every day at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time to answer your questions. What's up, Dave? Start 3, Jefferson, St. Brown, Ridley, or A.J. Brown. Dave.
Come on, brother.
Come on.
I think Dave's just joking, but I think that's a classic one, though. What up, brother? You know who to start. Don't overthink it. Tony, is Madison a good flex for tonight? I should go, or should I go with Damian Pierce against today? I'm going Damian Pierce.
Same.
Damian Pierce is start of the week. Madison's a sit of the week for me.
Yeah, Damian Pierce was one of my sits of the week last week. Had him ranked really low, got wrecked for it. But even I can imagine, and I was right. I'll take the victory lap.
I mean, he was right. I was right. Pat yourself on the back.
Tony,
Tony
I
B.
miss sometimes. But what I was gonna say is like even I, in that context, can acknowledge that he's a great start this week.
Yeah, 100%. He said, evening, guys. RB2 and flex between James Cook, Monty, Kelly, DJ Moore, Flowers. I think it has to be DJ Moore and Monty, but all these guys really should be started, especially if Austin Eckler doesn't play.
Very tough choices. That's what I would do too. What's up, Jay Stump? Welcome in, brava. Swift or Elliott? See, in this scenario, I'll rock with Swift, man. I'll just see what happens. Although Elliott does have a very good matchup.
I'm going Zeke. Miami Dolphins gave up a lot of points to the running back position. Literally, I think it was I forgot what it was.
Oh my God.
Top two. I'm going to Zeke, and he's also a start. If Ramondre Stevenson and Zeke, I said, both have standalone value depending on your leagues coming into this year and your depth on your team. I'm starting Ezekiel Elliott coming into week 2.
I hate that is a question, and I hate that it's tough to answer. I'm going.
Prove us wrong tonight, Swifty.
I would roll Swift out there and just pray, because either way, I don't think you're starting a player that I want to start.
Yeah, I'm on Zeke. I feel more comfortable. Just keep that in mind.
Zay Flowers or JSN for this week. I would go Zay Flowers.
Zaza.
We do have a couple super chats, so we'll get to those first. Beast Productions. Damn, I gotta check out this channel. Beast Productions. That sounds badass. Thank you for the donation.
Do you know where that's from?
Wait, what did you say?
Hotnewhiphop.com. You know, we used to download music off of LimeWire, and you used to play the song. It's like
100%. LimeWire, and what was like the blue version of it? Crystal.
I don't remember the name.
Anyway,
I just remember LimeWire.
I remember that. I remember having like 6 songs on an iPod and being like, "Holy shit!" It's not even a CD. Okay, start Madison or Addison. For me, this will be Addison.
Yeah, I'm Addison.
Now, obviously, Madison's going to get more touches, but we would chase Addison here. Best of luck. That's a really tough one. Sam, thank you so much for the super chat, man. He says, need an RB and a flex. Monty, Javante, Dotson, Flowers. Huge thanks, fellas. Need an RB and a flex.
I'm going Monty and Zay here.
Monty and Zay.
That's what I'm going.
Yeah, I would also do Monty and Zay. Thank you so much for the that's what it is, Dom. Frostwire. Yes.
Frostwire.
My guy Dom coming in. I'm pretty certain you and I would have downloaded something off Frostwire together. I feel like we downloaded beats off Frostwire together, Dom.
You either get that or you get like Bill Clinton. I did not have sexual. Did you have that one? You just download that one all the time. Oh gosh.
With what's up, Jake? With Bradbury, Blankenship, and Dean out, and Cox at less than 100%. Do you think that frees up Addison? I think it gives Addison a
better chance,
a better outlook. It makes me feel
100%.
a little bit better about me starting him in like 4 or 5 leagues tonight, you know. But I'm aware that there's fully a chance that I leave tonight's matchup just absolutely depressed for the next 3 days before football starts again. It definitely helps. Go ahead.
Alex says start 2 Addison, Goddard, Andrews. I mean, this one's tough because we don't know if Andrews is going to play. I would say Goddard and Addison just because we don't know if Andrews will play and just play it safe.
I think Andrews will play though. I mean, we had pretty positive reports, recently.
I think we did.
Was he not a full go?
He was still limited. I would ask you this. Well, I was gonna say who else is your tight end, but it looks like you put both of your tight ends here.
He was limited.
He was limited. I think he will play.
I would probably let's say. I assume the question is, do I put Goddard at my tight end spot tonight and then flex Andrews if he plays? And I think that's a move you have to make. Right?
I would agree. I can agree there.
I hope that helps. Carl, flex and PPR, Zay Flowers, Michael Pittman, Nico Collins. For me, this would be, these are all players I really like this week. Very tough one to answer, but I would go Zay.
I'm going Zay there. Michael Pittman is a good start. I put him, even though he's a trade away for me, he does have a good matchup against the Texans. coming
Yep.
up to this week here. Jacob said, who to bench? Nakua, Javante, Pickens, Addison, James Cook. If Puka plays, I'm personally sitting Addison. So I'm personally sitting Pickens. Excuse me.
I was gonna say Pickens too,
but that's hard to say now. So we'll wait and see.
Eckler is most likely out. Trade Addison for T or Cooper. I mean, yeah, if you can get T Higgins, then yeah, I'm down for that. Although I still love Jordan Addison long term. That's a my guy, but I can also be aware of how valuable those other guys are. All right, Adam says start 2: Addison, London, Dotson, Nico Collins, Jacoby if he plays. This would be Addison and Nico Collins for me. I really like Nico Collins this week. One of my starts of the week. If you're in like a interesting position,
Nico
goes up against the Colts. I'm sorry, this would be Nico and Dotson. Or sorry, this would be Addison and Dotson. I'm sorry. This would be Addison and Dotson for me. My bad.
I'm getting the London grace. I don't love it, but I think I need to give him more grace. I'm going London and Dotson here. That can be a trap, but I wouldn't be mad if you started Addison and Dotson either. Just keep that in mind. Jonathan, DJ Moore for the both of us easily, whether Puka plays or not.
Yeah, Wahab is the next one. Do I start Jamal, Javante, or Swift? This would be Jamal for us.
Jamal. Yep.
I lost Dobbins, so I'll be trotting out Swift this week. Good luck. Zay Flowers or Rashad White. I would go Rashad White this week. Really love the matchup. I think he has a good bounce back. UT says Eckler will be out Sunday. Options to start are Addison tonight and then bench Flowers if Eckler is a go, or wait and play Pirine if Eckler's out. I feel like you just told me how to find a treasure map. Start Addison
I'm starting
tonight,
Flowers.
and then bench
I'm starting Flowers over Addison's.
That's not the question. Start Addison tonight and bench Flowers if Eckler is a go, or wait and play Pirine if Eckler is out. So start Addison tonight, and then you worry about the rest later is what I would say.
Yeah, I would agree there.
Trade Higgins for Kelsey straight up, as in Travis Kelsey? Yes, take the Kelsey side.
100%.
Pick 2, Dotson, Collins, Dobbs, London. This would be Dotson and Collins for me.
Dotson and London, if you guys know me. Hopefully that helps. PPR, Gus Edwards, Christian Kirk, or Brian Robinson. One Gus the Bus and Christian Kirk. Brian Robinson doesn't have the best matchup coming up to this week playing the Denver Broncos.
Yeah.
Madison or Rashad White or Debo in the flex. I mean, it has to be Debo there, actually.
Yeah,
Mr. B, trade Mac Jones and JSN or Pittman and Superflex. I will, if you're asking who to trade away, for what?
Oh,
which
for
side?
Pittman. Mac Jones and Jason for Pittman.
Mac Jones, JSN for Pittman. If this is a Superflex, it is Superflex half PPR. Depending on who that quarterback too is, like, do you have? So. Yeah, I think also depends who that quarterback too is. Like, is that a? So it has to be really.
I'll say this. Obviously, the matchup was important because they played the Eagles, but Mac Jones last week threw over 50 times. Last week he threw more than any game he played in 2022. Could be wrong, but I believe that is accurate. I would be holding on to Mac Jones and JSN for now in a super flex league. If that's one quarterback, it's easy, but it's not. Death Lord says need 2 full PPR: Debo Samuel, Jackson Smith, Samaje Perine, Christian Watson, Romeo Dobbs, and Nico Collins. Flex 2 full PPR. This would be Debo, and this would be Watson if he plays.
Yeah,
if Watson doesn't play, this would be Debo and Collins for me.
Yeah, I agree.
Should I trade Olave and Puka for CeeDee Lamb? Thanks for the donation, Dom. We'll get to that in a second.
Thank you so much.
Should I trade Olave and Puka for CeeDee Lamb? Yeah, I'd be comfortable with that.
I would say yes. I'll be okay with that.
Honestly, no. Like, sorry, I'm backtracking now. But honestly, no. I think Olave, like, there's no reason to trade Olave away right now. You know, you rock with Olave and see if you found a lottery ticket with Puka.
Maybe
a donation here from Dom. Thank you so much, man. Dom, tell me if this is PPR. Kyron, Jamal, or Rashad. All right, Dom, here's what I'll say. If it's me, I'm throwing Rashad White out there. another time. I'm hoping that he doesn't hurt me. He goes up against the Chicago Bears this week. Chicago got absolutely dominated on the ground last week by Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon. So if there's any week for Rachaad White to bounce back, it's this week. So I would be going Rachaad White there myself. I don't know if Badaki has a different opinion. The reason this is tough for me is because Jamal's matchup is so freaking good. That's why I'm struggling slightly, but I think I go Rachaad White.
Yeah, both of these guys starts of the week for me, Dom. I think Jamal has the higher. Sounds crazy, but I think Jamal has the higher upside because I think he can find the end zone. I think Rachaad White, I don't think has the same upside. I just don't think he can find the end zone potentially. I know the Bears gave up a lot of points. But I might be going Jamal here on Sunday Night Football or Monday Night Football. Excuse me.
So I hope that's helpful, Dom. I'm sorry that we had differing opinions there. That probably doesn't give you confidence, but if it was me, I'd go Rachaad White. Badaki's going with Jamal, so it is.
Both are really good starts. I don't think there's a wrong.
By the
answer,
way,
personally,
anyone who cares, DeAndre Swift announces starter. So,
what happened with Rashad Penny? What's going on? They bring in Rashad Penny saying he's going to be this freaking guy, and Rashad Penny is nowhere to be seen. I'm
just reporting the news.
I mean, I know. I'm pumped for DeAndre Swift. Give it to Swifty. I'm believing. All right, where are we here? Frosty, Pick 2, PPR.
Thank you so much for the donation, though, man. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you so much. Pick 2 and PPR, Dotson, Collins. I think we answered this. I think we said Dotson, and I said London, but you said Dotson and Collins potentially.
Yeah, exactly. Start Blazier, Bean the 101. We know that.
Both of them need to start.
Must start. 2 questions: Judy or Burks, and Judy or JSN. This would be Burks for me, assuming D Hop misses. Agreed. And Judy or JSN, this would be JSN for me. We heard that Judy will play, but he will be on a snap count. I don't want to hear that. Yeah. I don't want to hear that for a starting wide receiver for me. Okay, guys, we are probably only going to be live now to answer super chats because we need to log off and watch the game. I'm sorry. We want to answer as many questions as we possibly can. We will be live tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard. Or no, we won't tomorrow. Sorry, we'll be live on Saturday night. At 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Exactly. I'm sorry, we have to end it at some point, so we'll only be answering super chats from here on out, and then we'll end the stream if there's no more left. Mr. Trace Cerro Cinco, thank you for the dono. Man, I'm the only one that thinks Penny gonna go ham. I mean, I want Penny to go ham, bro. I love Penny. You're talking to the Penny guy here. I want it to be Penny, but I mean, I don't know. We'll find out. Start Madison or AJ
Dillon.
This would be Dillon for me because it doesn't sound like Jones will play, but
no, it doesn't sound like it.
So I guess if the options are, do I start Madison tonight or wait on Dillon and Kelly? I would wait on Dillon and Kelly.
Yeah, I would agree because I think both would be okay. If both Aaron Jones and Austin Ekeler plays, oh my gosh, sorry for that, Jake.
Yeah, but
that's just unfortunate.
It doesn't sound like that will happen, but
it doesn't sound like that.
It's possible, of course. We can't say for sure.
100%,
but okay, guys, that is it for today. We are going to go ahead and go watch the game. Really appreciate all the love, all the support. Drop a like, subscribe if you want to see these streams more often. We'll be live on Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. My rankings are on the Flock Fantasy website. They will be updated later today with injury news. Check out the description if you want to sign up and get access to my rankings. Every week, over 300 plus players ranked. Outside of that, enjoy the rest of your day. All love. Good luck this week.
Love.
And let's go Jordan Addison. Please, God, don't make me look like a fool.
Jordan Addison, please. Devonta Smith, baby.
I'm starting Addison and Devonta Smith in our home league, by the way.
Oh,
and
no.
This could go so bad, potentially.
Yeah, I have Devonta Smith in our home league, so I'm really excited for that. So let's see what happens.
All right. Later, guys.
Love.